Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dream Again, which is finally saying yes to all that is inside of you. So in the first few videos of our series, just a reminder, we've talked about how God wants to do greater in your life, even after a mess up. We talked about how big God desires to answer the most smallest requests. And today the topic is, this is not who you are. So I mentioned in a previous video how in the summer 2013, I hit a brick wall. And in several relationships, I was just tired of being that one to always say sorry, tired of being the one who always had to stand in the faith, and tired of being the one who always had to pray and take the road less traveled and to stay positive, and I couldn't make mistakes, and juggling all these different responsibilities of work, home, and church, and it just grew to be too much. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and be in charge of my own happiness, and instead of letting Christ be the source of my joy, I found myself doing selfish things that made me feel better, and I indulged in stuff that made me feel good for a very brief moment. So there was one particular incident, however, that just put that entire pattern of my life to rest. And I'm going to be a little transparent because I'm going to be airing out some dirty laundry here. So I was at a department store, and mind you, at this time, I had a phenomenal job. I made nice money. I could have bought several things in that store if I wanted to, but I was seeking just a thrill. I needed an adventure. I needed something to wake me up and jolt me, and I just needed a dare, something just to make me feel alive. And when your desire for happiness supersedes what is right, you start using very little rationalization, and because God's voice was not clear at the time, I started to gravitate toward the other voice, and that's exactly what I did. I picked out a shirt when I was at the department store and I tried it on. And I said to myself, why even pay for this thing? Just go put it in the bag. Don't pay for it, because once again, I was seeking a dare and I just wanted to feel alive. So I put that shirt, you guys, in my purse. I started walking out the store, and right when I was about to open up the door, a security guard said, "Ma'am," he said, "can you come here for a second? Did you put a shirt in your purse?" And I am no expert at stealing, so I had to say yes. So he took me into this room with another camera guy. They had me right there on the camera, and this guy sat me down and started talking to me about jail time and all the other ramifications that would come with my decision. But he said this: "There is a reason why you are in here. And I'm not going to call the cops. I'm not going to throw you out. I'm actually going to act as if this video didn't even exist. Because I'm looking into your eyes, and I just want to tell you this one thing. This right here, what you stole, what you did, this is not who you are." I ended up staying in that room for over an hour as I was just able to release the tears. I thoroughly apologized, and he just continued to pour into my life by telling me that this wasn't worth it and that I needed to stand in who I truly was. And I walked away, going out to my car, crying and surrendering to God. And I knew that that moment was divine. It was God speaking through this man, telling me that even in the midst of all of this, he still sees me. Not the me that messed up, not the me that made mistakes, not the me that drew myself away from him, but he saw my heart. He saw where I was going. He saw my destiny. He still called me beautiful, his daughter, strong, powerful, determined, lovely. He saw me as a leader. And his love just surrounded me in that moment. And you may have the same thing. No, it might not be as big as stealing, but you find yourself just being angry all the time. You find yourself being depressed. You find yourself being lethargic. You're hanging out with all these different people, and they're gossiping and saying horrible things, and you might even find yourself uncontrollably eating. You found yourself in an unrecognizable state, doing things that are just not you. You're participating in things where you just don't fit, but you find yourself doing those things because it's providing temporary satisfaction. And the sad thing is, you'll even take some of the bumps and bruises, sometimes literally, as long as there is something that satisfies you. But it leads you into such a deep hole. Now listen, I want to tell you this. We all fall short. And I don't say that with a shrug. I don't say that nonchalantly. I say that because we have all experienced moments of doing things that do not align up with who we truly are. We have had those moments of, what am I doing? What was I thinking? Why am I going here? Why in this moment am I doing this? And some of these decisions have left you stranded. And some of you just want someone to pick you up and knock some sense into you. And most importantly, you just want someone to know that they believe in you. And I just want to let you know that God wants you to know that He believes in you. He sees who He has created you to be and not who you are in this moment. It's not an excuse to keep doing what you're doing, but it's important enough to say that He loves you so much that He sees the best in you. And I just want this video to serve as a reminder that this is not who you are. And you have to take the steps to get out. Christ is waiting to hear from you as you surrender and ask for forgiveness. And in exchange, He will remind you of your destiny, that it's not over, how madly in love He is with you. There is no comparable feeling than that, I promise you. So just stop. You won't get what you're looking for at the rate that you are going and the path that you are taking. Take His hand, allow Him to pull you out, and allow yourself to see what He sees. Because in this moment, this is not who you are. Please go to tashanahicks.com in order to provide or be provided with more things that will help you to know who you truly are. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.